Geographic will love it. He squatted next to her. Are you all right? Just fine, she murmured. She turned, warming him with her smile. But I'll be happy to get back home. She was almost 20 years younger than he. Sylvia was all quick wit and golden eyes that glowed with life above a galaxy of freckles. Her pregnancy changed nothing. It was wonderful. It was frustrating. Being with her made him forget the years and the aches. It's the eyes. She's plain except for the eyes. God help me. The pass they traversed was at the base of the tallest mountain on the island. The highest of its double peaks was just above 3,200 meters. Both were shrouded with mist. The delicate bat shapes of the pterodons glided in and out of the cloud cover with barely a flutter of their membranous wings. Ernst stared up at them, his face a mask of puzzled concentration. What would Dr. Ernst Cohen have made of them? They aren't really pterodons. There are other oddities. He'd have loved it here. They woke him twice, Sylvia said. Maybe if they just left him cold. We did need him. We did, Cadman said. But Ernst wasn't crew. He could have slept through, but they had a problem with one bank of frozen embryos and woke him, and he'd solved that, and they chilled him again, and then there was another problem. And as good a man as ever lived follows me around to carry samples. Son of a bitch. A square kilometer of plastic-coated solar cells glittered silver on the hills above the colony. Today's sunshine meant independence from the fission power plants of the landers. An actual fusion plant would be constructed within the next 4 months. Then the colony would be fully established, and the spread of man across the face of Tau Ceti 4 could really begin. Across Camelot, anyway. 80 kilometers of stormy ocean separated the island from the mainland. A New Guinea-sized island was quite ambitious enough for humankind's first interstellar colony. Zack had known what he was doing. Isolate the problems. So where were the problems? Snow up there, Cadman said, shading his eyes as he gazed up into the eternal clouds at the top. Skis. We didn't bring skis. We have plastics. Carlos can make me a pair of skis. Sylvia handed him back his camera. Voice carefully neutral, she said, You don't have to go to the continent, Cadman. There's plenty for you to do around the camp. Nothing that any other able body couldn't do. You're not a geologist. You'd be doing grunt work anyway. She looked down at him, sighed in exasperation, and gave him her hand for balance as he stood. Do you just want to go hunting dinosaurs? Sure. What boy doesn't want to bag a brontosaurus? He slipped the camera back into its holster at his side. Sometimes I wish we'd brought fetuses for a Kodiak, or a few mountain lions. He was smiling as he said it, but Sylvia wondered. Cadman brushed his hand through thick black hair. There was no gray in it, but his face was sun-cured leather. His body was as young as a daily hour of intensive exercise could make it. He could remember when he hadn't needed regular exercise to maintain the natural tone. Now, at the adjusted age of 42, he was seriously considering nudging that up to an hour and a half. I'm slowing down, he thought. She's carrying another man's baby, and I'd rather be with her than Mary Ann Eisenhower. He thought of 4 or 5 women who had made their intentions clear. Phyllis McAndrews, Jean Patterson, willowy blonde agronomist, rumored to give the best massage on the planet. He just wasn't interested. Time wounds all heals. The glands must be drying up. Sylvia grinned back. Only real gentlemen refuse to notice when a lady is slowing them down. Ernst stood carefully out of earshot. His intelligence was gone, but not his manners. She jerked her thumb at the pair of freshly caught silver and black torpedo shapes hanging over Ernst's back. 15 and 20 pounds, at a guess. One still gaped. The gills still fluttered, too far back on its body. They didn't look that much like earthly salmon, but no other creature of earth fit either. Tell you what, I'll fix dinner tonight. Everybody to the beach for a salmon roast. She linked her arm with Cadman's as they marched down the side of the hill. He grinned maliciously. Are you sure Terry won't mind that? Oh, come now. I'm just a poor pregnant lady biologist who appreciates the presence of a strong man, and Terry's known you for years. I may not be as safe